Elisha. We saw the story of the Ra'ov, how Elisha Navi said on the Nevuah that tomorrow, the next day, there's going to be Se'ah, Soilas B'Shekel, so Saim Soilas B'Shekel, and the Sholish was doubting the Nevuah, and Elisha told him that he will see it in his own eyes, but he won't be able to eat it. That's exactly what happened. Vayimesu Kol Ha'om Basha'ar Vayomos. Now this is still with Elisha, but we're going back a few years. We remember that Elisha performed the Tchias Amesim with the Isha Hashunamis. So after he brought back the child to life, I give you a special permission to leave Eretz Israel and to live wherever it will be. There's going to be famine, there's going to be hunger for 7 years. It is worthwhile for you to find a different place to live. And this is the Rav that we just discussed before in the last prakim. This is the Rav that Elisha was telling her. So she was able to be saved from that Rav, because right when the Rav started, Elisha told her, you have to go. This is going to be for 7 years now. She lived in Eretz Plishtim 7 years. She went back and she wanted to go back to her house in her field, and someone was sitting in her house and someone took her field away. So she's going to the Melech Yisrael, Yehoram ben Achav, and she cries, someone took her property. Now this story is just another one of the stories of the miracles of Elisha, but this is an indirect miracle because Elisha is not doing anything. We'll see what happened. Hamelech, the king, happened to be talking and schmoozing with Gehazi, and he's telling him, could he tell me a few of the stories of the greatness and the great miracles that Elisha performs? He's telling the Melech the greatest story of all, the Tchias Amesim. He was exactly then telling the story about this woman, and after 7 years she wasn't in the area. She's exact punkten. She came and Gehazi pointed out, this is the woman, and this is her son. She repeated the story exactly the way Gehazi said of the Tchias Amesim. Not only return to her the properties, but also the person who sat there in her land has to pay back everything that grew in those fields from the time she left them until she came back. So this is also to show the siyata d'shmaya of someone who listens to a Navi. She left in the words of the Navi, and she left for 7 years. She came back, not only she did not lose anything, she got back all the tvuah of her fields. So that's the point of this story. Elisha went to Damascus. Damascus is the capital city of Aram. Chazal tells us that he went there to be machzir b'tshuva Gehazi. The Mepharshim explained that Gehazi, after he became Mitzorah, he went to Naaman maybe to get a little bit more sachar and to show him, look, I got your tzaras, maybe you should pay me for taking away your tzaras. And Elisha is going to be machzir him b'tshuva, but Gehazi told him, Limadeton Rabbeinu shekol mishechoto umachtis Yisrael ein maspiki biyod elas tshuva, and he was correct that he was machtis Yisrael. There's a machlekes in Chazal exactly what he did. According to one shita, he put some sort of a magnet, and that held the agolim of Achav in the air. And obviously that caused a lot of people to be impressed at the thing that they have something to them. Or Shem Kosav Lohem Befihem, he wrote a special name and he put them in their mouth. And they used to say, Eile Elokecha Yisrael Asher Hoitziucha Me'eretz Mitzrayim. So according to both Shitas, he caused many people to sin and to follow these agolim of Beis Achav. The king of Aram, this famous Ben Hadad that we saw all the stories of the wars, he's now sick. You know already that Ishaloikim, your soldiers were trapped when trying to get him. He's now coming here. Chazal was one of the ministers. Will I live from this sickness, or am I about to die? a load of 40 camels. Vayovoi vayamad lefono vayemer bincho ben Hadad melech Aram shlochani elech oleimor ha'echye mechol izeh will I live. Vayomer elav Elisha leich emor loi. There's a Korean achsiv loi with aleph or loi with a vav. Leich emor loi choyoy tichye v'hirani Hashem kimo isyamu. So according to the most of the Mepharshim, means you should tell him that he will live, but I'm telling you the truth that he will die. Which means he will live, the Radak says he will live from this sickness, but he will die from something else. And Chazal understood that he's giving him a hint, you should kill him. You should go ahead and kill him, and that's exactly what he did. Vayamei Tisponov, Elisha Hanavi, while talking to Chazal, turned his face to the side. Vayosem ad boishi, he held himself back, he tried to hold himself back from crying, until he couldn't do that anymore. Vayev Kisha Eloki, he was crying away. Vayomer Chazal, Madua Adoni Boiche. I know what you will do. You will destroy their cities. You're going to kill their boys and their babies and their pregnant women. Who am I? I'm just a small minister in the kingdom. Why would I do such a thing? Even though now you're not the king, but Hashem told me that you will be the next Melech al Aram. What did Elisha say? He told me that you will live from this sickness. That's not what's going to kill you. Was some sort of a cloth, and he dipped it in cold water. He put it on his face, and he died. According to the Radak, he did it in order to kill him. He was so hot and boiling hot, and the contrast between the heat of the body and the coldness of that damp shmate, that killed him. He murdered him, and he became the next king on Aram, exactly like Elisha Navi said. This is the next king of Klal Yisrael after Yehoshaphat, and this is Yehoram. And if we saw up until now that most of the Malchi Yehuda were tzaddikim, now the things start to change, and also families start to be connected with each other, the Melachim of Malchi Yehuda and Malchi Yisrael. Yehoshaphat was the first one to marry someone from Beis Achav. Ben 32 shana hoy b'malcha v'shmoine shani malach b'Yerushalayim vayelech b'derech Malchi Yisrael kasher osu Beis Achav. Why was that he was such an evil person? Ki bas Achav hoysol leisha, the daughter of Achav was his wife. Vayas hora b'einei Hashem. That's enough to explain why was he such an evil person. Because his wife was the daughter of Achav, and obviously she had terrible influence and impact on him. V'lo yovo Hashem lahashchis es Yehudo leman David avdoi. Even though he was a melech Rasha, still Hashem did not get rid of him and let him be the king, because he was the descendant of David HaMelech, and Hashem promised David HaMelech that he would not take the melucha from his children. The Malbim says that only from one generation that sins, the melucha stays. But if 2 generations in a row sin, even though they're descendants of David HaMelech, Hashem takes away the melucha from them, as we will see. Up until those days, Edom were subservient to Malchi Yehuda, but from that day on, Posha Edom, they rebelled against Malchi Yehuda, and they put a king onto them. When Yoram, the new king of Melech Yehuda, he sees that Edom are rebelling against him, to the city of Zoiro, he hit them in the middle of the night. Again, the Malbim explains that he was so weak that he didn't have the courage to fight during the day. He just went during the night. He hit them, and they ran back to their tents. They weren't brave enough to do a real war against Edom, and therefore Edom continued to rebel against Yehuda. Also Livna were rebelling against Malchi Yehuda. The rest of the stories are in Divrei Hayomim. Achazio is again a Melech Yehuda. We met Achazio, Melech Yisrael. This is Achazio ben Yehoram, Melech Yehuda, and he also was a Rasha. Then 22 shana achas Yehu b'molchoi v'shana achas molach b'Yerushalayim. That's what the Malbim is referring to. Since he was already a second generation of Chotim, he was a sinner for the second generation, even though he was a Neitzer Lebeis David, he was a descendant of David. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not leave him in his Malchus more than 1 year. V'shem imoy Asalyohu bas Omri melech Yisrael. His mother was Asalyohu, the daughter of Omri. Now we know Omri was the father of Achav. Just a minute ago we said that Yehoshaphat got married to Achav. So to Achav's daughter. So why does it say Shem Imoy Asalyohu bas Omri? So it should have been Shem Imoy Asalyohu bas Achav. The Radak says that Bnei Banim Harem Kebanim. Vayelech b'derech beis Achav, vayasora b'nei Hashem kebeis Achav, ki Chasan beis Achav hu. He was a son-in-law to the family of Achav. Vayelech Yoram ben Achav lamilchama. Not only he was a Rasha, he joined with Yoram ben Achav lamilchama. He was his family member in Chazon melech Aram Aram is Gilad. Vayakhu Aramim es Yoram. The Aramim hit Yoram. Vayoshev Yoram amelech l'Yisrael be'Israel min hamakim asher yakumu Aramim baromo. He went to get healed in Emek Israel. V'hilochamo es Chazon melech Aram. L'Achazyohu ben Yoram melech Yehuda yorad lirois es Yoram ben Achav be'Israel ki cholehu. He went to do Bikur Cholim, and we'll see in the next parak that Elisha is going to appoint a different melech on Klal Yisrael.